Welcome to Old Mob 455, and we're jocking stuff around here, and we got these old motorcycles now taking up space. We got to get this thing so we can just roll it around, and it came with no axles. It actually just had some wire going through the front axle, and you get a kick out of this. A 1939 WLDD. It's kind of rare because this was one that had aluminum heads, the other ones had cast iron, and this is like number 100. So this is like 3/8 rod for the front axle. I mean, that really looks wimpy. And then we got another axle, but we're missing the brake on the other side. So we're just going to slide this in here, and then we can roll this stuff around. And I'd like to make it into a bobber and just kind of save all the stock parts, but strip it down and save them, and then make our own stuff that would make it into a seat on the frame, short little fender, make different handlebars, take all this stuff off, just put a chopper headlight on it, take these off. He likes the foot clutch, but I'd rather have a hand clutch or a foot shifter. But I would put a different gas tank on it. This one has a gas tank on this side, and it's an oil tank on this side. So you got an oil line going down from the back of here down to the pump. Well, after that, you could do this. We can make our own, or you can buy them. A horseshoe oil tank that holds the battery. When you got a magneto, you only need a little battery. And that would go underneath here. It needs a transmission. There's two different types of transmissions. This one is just a 2-bolt. The other one that's supported, the more you could support this transmission. I mean, when you're going through gears, everything wants to move. So they went to later on, they had 3 bolts holding the transmission on. I'm thinking if you could measure this in between here and you could put even a 4-speed in there, all you got to do is make an aluminum plate that joins this. You could even have belt drive on it. You can do whatever you want when you're making a bobber. And I think it would be a fun project. So everybody else says that you should leave the patina on the bike, and somebody wants a barn find bike, and this one we're just going to clean out the gas tank, clean out the carburetor, get spark, put new oil in it, and get it running. And he said it was a blitz fogger before he put it away, so when we get it going, it's probably going to be funny. It's going to be blowing. It's got these big long pipes out the back, and it'll probably be boom, boom, smoking up the whole neighborhood. So on this device, you have a clutch that goes over center. That's nice, because then your foot could come off if it was starting to go that way, and if it was in gear and your foot came off the clutch, it would start taking off. So then you gotta let the clutch back out. It's really nice when you got a hand clutch, because then your feet can do whatever. So this one has a retard on this side. These had like a helical slot. When you move these, you would retard it while you're kick-starting it. And then as you wanted to go increase RPM, then you just go the opposite direction. And it goes over to this magneto on the other side, and it's just moving the magneto. This is where the magneto is, and there's some points in there, and it's got some, flying magnets that make a weak little spark. And then the cable comes across over to here, hits this bell crank that pushes the shaft through the transmission, and then the clutch, is released. And then the same clutch basket has the sprocket over here. And look at this tire, it's this ball. But it's supposed to have a brake drum on one side and it's supposed to have a sprocket on the other. We just want to get this thing so it'll roll. And I'll put this in here. Got spacers. I never had this thing apart, so And right now it doesn't really matter. We just got to get it so it's going through here. Back in the day you had big skirted fenders, and then this thing hooked onto the back of your fender. Then when you wanted to work on it or change a tire or adjust the chain, you had a kickstand like this. All the Jap bikes had a kickstand underneath that you lifted up. But if you imagine taking this thing and getting rid of that big goofy seat, and then have some handlebars like this, it would be cool. So here goes the roller out of the garage so we can get the big truck in and work on it. So yeah.